Don't be an asshole. For those of you that have never heard of an asshole,
welcome to Go HQ. I'm Amanda Radford here today, and we're going to be talking with Coach Brandon Rahi about how to be self-reliant with your fitness. So to get this started, welcome. Thanks for
having
sitting with me.
I love doing podcasts.
I know you do. So fun.
All right, let's do this.
All right, so question one for you. How do you feel clients rely on their trainers in general?
How much money is this question worth?
Oh gosh, I have to put a number on it?
It's like Wheel of Fortune. Okay, never mind. There's no wheel to spin. So, no, great question. In every way possible is the answer. Clients rely on trainers, in my experience, for basically everything, which sucks in a way. How to warm up, how to stretch, how to lift weights, how to eat, how to sleep, how to manage stress, how to, make marital decisions. It's crazy. I mean, literally every possible way you can think of, from how much weight to lift, what order you should exercise in, how to train for any single event you can possibly imagine. So in every way possible, and then some.
All right. Do you feel like sometimes people really don't want to be here? Like,
for sure.
In the grand scheme of things?
Oh yeah. I mean, right at a primitive level, that's why people hire trainers in a way. They need the motivation and the accountability to show up, because maybe they don't know what to do. There's validity there. Not everyone knows how to exercise or eat right or all these things, but a big part of it is they aren't going to do it on their own. And a lot of people are brutally honest about that. Like, hey, if I don't have someone to be accountable to, if I don't have an appointment, I am not going to go to the gym on my own. I won't do it. Or they'll go ride the elliptical for 2 seconds and then order a pizza on the way home. So that's very normal. And I don't know if you've experienced this. I mean, there are times, and people that I've worked with over the years, that it feels like I am really twisting their arm to get here all the time. They come in just, they're not excited to be here. And that's not all that fun as a coach, to deal with those people, right? Yeah. Like, we're trying to motivate them and build them up and have fun with the process and see how much progress they can make and how much their quality of life can be improved. But and I've said this to a number of people, like, if you don't want to be here, having a trainer is probably not the best thing, because that's going to be a very hostile environment for both of you. That's not going to be fun for anybody. So, kind of get your mind right first would be my advice on this particular question. Get your mind right, know that you want to be there and it's something you want to pursue and you want to be healthy and learn fitness and
commit to it.
And yeah, definitely. It's going to be a priority. If you're just like, oh, my work is crazy right now and my family life is this and I don't have time to exercise, but I'm going to hire a trainer, and that trainer's always battling you to actually do anything, do your assignments and show up on time, and they're always rescheduled.
It's got to be a part of your life.
That's a broken system. So getting your priorities is huge. As a coach, or anything in life too, but you can give your opinion on anything, and then in this case the athlete can take that opinion and do what they want to do with it. I'm always caught stuffing that down people's throats repetitively, but trying to work on that myself as a coach. Hey, look, they've heard me say, hey, I want you to stretch tomorrow, do XYZ as a homework assignment, and then when they don't, I, in a way, shouldn't repeat that.
Right.
They heard what I had to say, and if it's a priority, they will do it. They will heed that advice and say, hey, that's the professional telling me what to do. That's what'll get me better. Maybe I should listen and apply that. And I don't know, I guess I feel sometimes like I just repeat myself for a living. Don't make anyone feel like they have to repeat themselves to you all the time. That's not good in any part of life.
100% agree. Yeah.
So, AKA nagging.
Yes. So you feel like a nagger for a living.
I feel like a nagging wife. Sorry to all the wives out there. That's a stereotype. I'm just using the catchphrase, but that's what it feels like. You know, I feel like a nagging wife, but I'm clearly not married, and I'm clearly not female.
Clearly, as you stroke your beard. Oh gosh. So okay, so you feel like a nag for a living. So how if we're trying to get through to the population, how can we get people to be more self-reliant in their fitness?
Yeah.
Both inside, outside the gym, everywhere.
So many things you can do. So many things you can do. Don't rely on your trainer for everything, or anyone for everything. Like, it's kind of like a life lesson, but we'll stick to the fitness realm. So if you are involved in a fitness routine with a trainer in this case, or in a class environment of some type, don't always rely on them to tell you how to warm up, how to stretch, how much weight to lift, when to do what, right? Because as time goes on, there's a lot of repetition to this process. Hey, look, let's warm up specifically, maybe generally first, and then specifically based on what we're going to do that day. How many times do we need to go over that topic, right? Just come in 10 minutes early and get moving. You should have a general idea of how to do that after a little bit of coaching time. We're not talking day one here, folks. We're talking about people that have been working with the trainer for a while. You know, they'll come in and sit on the bench and wait there doing nothing for 10 minutes until the trainer walks up and is like, hey, how are you doing today? Why weren't you moving already? Like, get on a foam roller, do some rowing, go for a little jog, like anything. So, you know, take charge of your warm-ups, take charge of your mobility. Like, if the trainer is always talking to you about how your shoulder doesn't go in a proper overhead position, and they've shown you 20 different, you know, mobility exercises to improve that, why aren't you doing that stuff on your own? Like, we know, you should know you're going to put that to use in workouts. And you know, because the trainer's told you 1,000 times, it's holding you back in certain things, and we're compensating elsewhere. Fix it. Take heed of that, like prioritize it and fix it, just like you would do to anything else.
Right.
Paying attention to how much weight you lift. Something that simple. All day, every day. How much weight should I use? How much weight should I use? Which bar should I get? Which, like, come on. If we as trainers, if we coach like 40 hours a week, and we have dozens of clients, and we in our brains can memorize the weights for all of however many dozens of people we work with every week without writing it down, without Wodify, how can you not know your own weights? At least like some gauge.
Right.
That's a pet peeve of mine, just clueless as to which wall ball do I use, which box do I use, which bands do I need for pull-ups. Like, just, you should know that by now. So take accountability, like own it. It's your fitness.
Especially when you say, remember this for next time.
We cue that all the time, right? Hey, make a mental note. You can do X amount of pull-ups with this band configuration or whatever. So just, I don't know, take ownership of this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
What happens if your trainer disappears tomorrow?
Right.
Does that mean your fitness ends?
Right.
I hope not. If that's the case, that is really sad on a million levels.
And I can't stand it when they use the busy. I was too busy.
Yeah, I mean, then we're just getting into excuses, and we're back to priorities, and like,
You have to make you have to make it a priority.
And then my final advice on this, I guess, would just be, don't be an asshole. For those of you that have never heard of an asshole before, so an asshole is someone that asks questions, typically repeatedly, but then never actually takes the advice. So I guarantee you've dealt with this. You're like, hey, what should I be eating? Fruits and veggies. Yeah, okay, great. Fast forward a week. Hey, how's your fruit and veggie intake going, since we talked about that a week ago? Yeah. I had
ate a whole pizza.
Yeah, had a whole pizza. Whatever, you know? Just don't ask questions if you aren't prepared to like deal with the honest advice or the truth behind that, you know?
Yeah.
Don't complain about lack of weight loss on the scale when we've discussed your questions a million times and you haven't complied to any of it. Again, take ownership. Be self-reliant. We aren't with you 24/7. We see you, what, 2 hours a week? 3? Ish? We are always asking for you to do more, but like our hour with said athlete cannot touch 23 hours of bad habits the rest of that day.
That's perfect.
So
that puts it in a nutshell.
Be you know, be in charge of your fitness. We're just tools to like help get you there.
Yeah.
You know, guide you and like steer you in the right direction, show you the ropes, but like, you know, we can't hold your hand. We can't like carry you up Mount Everest. Like, we give you the tools on like how to do it, but you gotta do the climbing. So that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Look, it's me in a nutshell. And I don't have any shoes on.
All right.
That's all I got on being self-reliant.
I gotcha. Be self-reliant. And if you need a coach to help get you there, to make choices to get to self-reliance, then call Brandon Rahi or one of the other coaches here at Go HQ. That's all we got.
We'll see you guys next time.
Take care.